What is going on, guys? Mikkel here, and today we're talking quant. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like it down below, comment what you think, and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you check out some of my other videos because I do cover a lot of interesting topics, and you might find some other things you're interested in. But anyway, guys, today we're talking about quant, so let's jump right into it. I think something that stands out the most about Quant is their partners. I mean, they're really partnered with the big dogs. If we look at just the S&P 500 companies, I mean, you see Oracle, Amazon Web Services, and NVIDIA. I mean, these are three behemoths in the tech world, and they are certainly some of the best partners you can have when you're looking at a crypto project. They're also working with Alliance Block, who I did a video on. They're looking to bring regulatory compliance to crypto. And Moby, who is actually looking to create a new economy of movement, which is essentially creating, from what I understand, I haven't dug too deep into this, but essentially personal IDs for vehicles on the road to help better track data, information, and create an overall safer transportation ecosystem. Anyway, guys, it's not about Moby. I just think it's interesting because they do pop up a lot of places. A very interesting partner that you guys might not know too much about, but from what I understand, these guys, Hyperledger organization seems to be kind of like an organization that stays pretty low, but has some insane partners. And if we go down and look at it, we see Accenture, which if you don't know Accenture, I mean, they're a massive payments company, like absolute behemoth. Airbus, American Express, Dow, which is one of the biggest companies in China, Cisco, Deutsche Bank. I don't know all of these, but I mean IBM, Intel, JP Morgan, FedEx, Huawei, Oracle, R3, Ripple, Samsung, Bank of England, Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, Federal Reserve, Moby. I mean, that's not even the full list, and let's pop this open real quick just because I didn't click on this before. Like, guys, like these are some of these are some pretty crazy people in it, huh? American Express. I think we probably have already talked about a lot of these. Oh, JD, isn't it? Like, these are literally Hyperledgers. Apparently, Swift, Tencent, Walmart. It's kind of crazy, honestly. Stellar. Yeah, I would say anyone involved in the Hyperledger organization is probably an important project to consider, and Quant is working with them, as well as one of my other biggest positions, which is Ripple. So anyway, guys, let's keep going. Quant CEO is Gilbert Verdian, and funny enough, not only did is he working with the Federal Reserve now, but he also worked there. It's kind of funny how these things work. He also worked for the Bank of England and also worked at the EU Blockchain Observatory and the UK Parliament. Guys, and the Bank of England. Guys, these things aren't coincidences. This is kind of how people in high-level positions work. They do a little bit of time here at this regulatory place, and then this regulatory place, and then this regulatory place, and then they show up at a project like this, and then suddenly they have all the connections for the project to succeed. I just want to point out that, yeah, this is really, in my opinion, not a coincidence, and it's something to be paying attention to. These are some more recent documents that I came across. If you guys don't have a Twitter, make one. Don't follow anyone except people in crypto Twitter because you'll find some really interesting stuff. I was pretty skeptical about Twitter until I got into crypto Twitter, and it made it a lot more tolerable. Quant partner Oracle just dropped their Q2 report, and in that they essentially are saying that Quant is one connection away from JP Morgan, BYN Mellon, HSBC. This is pretty massive because Quant is directly working with Oracle, and we see these names right here: Bank of New York Mellon, JP Morgan Chase, HSBC, and they are live on Oracle's Fusion applications, which are integrating with Quant. So yeah, I mean, this is massive. I was taking a look at this slide right here, and they call out very interestingly, Ethereum, Ripple, Bitcoin, Stellar, IOTA, and IOTA, that is, I think, and Corda too. Yeah, guys, you can kind of see that the connections among a lot of these big dogs, they run pretty deep, and it's across multiple projects. In my opinion, this is really the start of a new age financial system, and I think Quant's going to be an important part of that, and that's why we pay attention to projects like this. Here's two quick clips I want to show you of Gilbert if you didn't catch these. Essentially, he's saying CBDCs tested and implemented next year, 2021, they'll have the mass adoption. If you guys don't know how Quant ties into this, make sure you check out my specific video on Quant. Yeah, it should be easy to find on my channel, but Quant is building an overledger that essentially would allow these government entities to create connections with every single blockchain, every single payment API, every single centralized database, which means company databases, and manage it from one simple API overledger created by Quant. That's why really Quant is a winner of all winners. It's a network of networks. If everyone wins, Quant wins more. I think it's a very interesting play on the whole idea of connective ecosystems, and CBDCs will be a part of that. And let me play you what Gilbert says.
So having a CBDC that everyone can access, and you just, goes to your phone and you've got a digital wallet within your custody bank, and you're off. You can go spend it within minutes. That's a huge economical boost to any economy. So we, with Overledger and our approach, we've taken all that into our design and our architecture to understand, where is the market going.
I want to point this out real quick. If you noticed right here, he said he was talking about CBDCs, and he said we've all taken that into our account and our approach. Well, guys, why do you think he took that into his approach? Maybe because he was working with these federal agencies, knew what they wanted, knew what they needed, and this has all been a plan to build out a project like this. That's speculation. I don't think it's too much speculation, but let's keep playing this video.
I mean, what do people need, and build something that fits that requirement, rather than building another blockchain and another decentralized platform. We've built in, we've built in the mechanisms to be able to talk to the existing financial system, because Overledger, as an overlay, it can connect to any API, it can connect to any data source, it can connect to any banking traditional ledger, or it can connect to a security system that does identity access management. It can connect to an existing database, SAP, Oracle, whatever it is, in terms of enterprise platforms, or it can connect to any blockchain, internal or external. So our approach is to bridge, and the way you mentioned Windows, it's kind of like a Cisco router. The way routers can connect different networks, be it internal or external, to other networks, and then Overledger allows you to then have the applications and the data sources bridge between those different networks at the same time. So it's kind of a Cisco router with Windows on top, in an analogy. So
I thought that was a super cool clip. I thought it was specifically interesting where he said we didn't want to build another blockchain. We wanted to build something that connects blockchains. I think that's a great way to say what Quant's really doing, and I think it shows the insight of someone like Gilbert to say, hey, there's already a lot of great blockchains out there, but I think he recognizes there's not going to be one winning blockchain, but institutions are not going to want to leverage 5 different blockchains to get the best results out of their business. So he's almost a step ahead of the game and saying, we know there's going to be great blockchains. How do we connect them and make them easy to use? And that's one of the reasons I love this project. Here's another quick clip I just want to show you guys.
And COVID is a great accelerator of this. So that's why we're seeing a huge interest in the space in the last year. I think that they will be implemented and tested in the next year. So we're going to see either wholesale issued CBDCs or retail experimental CBDCs out there within the payment systems to test, and then we'll have a mass adoption. So I think it's good, and then it can also be used in the event of some stimulus to the economy. It's very difficult for a government to give every citizen $1,000 today. The amount of administrative overhead and the effort just to do that, it might sometimes even be easier to hand deliver cash to people, because doing it the old way is in the existing system can be just hugely complex. So having a CBDC that everyone can access, and you just, goes to your phone and you've got a digital wallet within your custody bank, and you're off, you can go spend it within minutes. That's a huge economical boost to any economy. So we, with Overledger and our approach, we've taken all that into our design and our architecture to understand, where is the market going, what do people need, and build something that fits that requirement, rather than building another blockchain and another decentralized platform. We've built in, excuse me, we've built in the mechanisms to be able to talk to the existing financial system, because Overledger as an overlay.
I think he already mentioned that part, but essentially it connects everything to everything else, basically. And I think that's the easiest way to really put this project. I really like that. It really does connect everything to everything. And that's important because no one coming into blockchain and isn't an expert wants to have to leverage specific parts of each of them. I mean, this project is a game changer, and I think Gilbert puts it really well right there. To keep going, I already showed you this. Oh, so this is the last thing. I just want to point this out. I thought it was pretty funny. I was doing some digging on Quant and HBAR, and I don't know if you guys know about the Great Reset. I don't have a video on it. Let me know if you guys like to see one, because I'll dig into that, do a video on the Great Reset. But I thought this was pretty almost creepy or cool. So we see this pin that this guy's wearing. We'll click through these, and it's actually a pin that is pushed by the World Economic Forum, that you see a lot of leaders such as Bill Gates, Boris Johnson. I actually don't know these two people, but it's also happens to be the same exact colors going around as a picture for the Great Reset. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, and if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, make sure you drop down below that you want to see a deep dive into the Great Reset, because I think that'd be a fun little crazy conspiracy wormhole we can go down. I think it'd be kind of fun. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. This was just a quick update on Quant. It's one of my favorite projects, one of my biggest holdings, so I'd like to keep doing videos on them in the future. For now, Mikkel out.